Should you purchase the Inmotion V12 or should you wait for the KingSong S20 Eagle or even the Inmotion V13? If you want to know everything about it, stay tuned until the end of the video. Hi everyone, Marcus here from MADpack, and if you love EUCs, PVs and everything that have an E of electricity, this is the place for you. And because you guys asked me, I'm going to do a video where I put side by side the Inmotion V12 that I own and a wheel that I'm expecting to test it out in the near future. Because you guys been asking me if I should purchase this one or wait for those ones. First of all, and disclaimer, I'm not a big fan of KingSong and the way that they make things happen, if it makes sense, and you will understand. In my opinion, I can see that every one of you guys are really excited with the KingSong S20 Eagle, but to be honest with you, is the wheel that I'm less excited to see. In the end, I believe that you'll give me some reason on what I'm saying. So first of all, let's just give a quick look on the V12. The V12 for me is the best wheel on the market at this moment. It's the most advanced wheel that you have on the market. I've done a video where I set up this wheel and I teach you how to set it up and why I think that is the most advanced wheel on the market. So if you are curious to know, definitely check that video. But today we are going to put side by side something that I never thought to do, that is the S20, that I think that is nothing related with this wheel. And anyway, I'm really criticizing the launch of the S20, I believe that the S20 can be one of the most interesting wheels of 2022 because we are not going to see it until the end of this year. Let's talk about the KingSong S20, and in the end I will talk also a little bit more about the Inmotion V13. If we come back in time, unfortunately KingSong always used their first buyers as testers. Today we are going to talk about the KingSong 16X. I know that I've been sharing with you guys some videos riding it, but it's not been a pleasant experience. We had cutoffs with the 16X quite easily in the beginning. They had a very weak inner shell on the 16X. In that moment I discovered that my inner shell in one of the sides was completely cracked. A crack like going in diagonal behind the battery, and the other one goes straight down in direction of the tire. Other stuff, so the mud was going inside the wheel much easier. This is all the mud that I took from 600-700 kilometers. I had speakers stopping working. There was a lot of stuff that I was quite disappointed. And when we look to the S18, I thought that things have changed slightly when we talk about launches, because they was going to give to us to test it out. But in the end, looking to the S18 is almost like looking to a gorgeous woman. You know that she's going to give you a lot of problems, but you don't care and you get it. Their changes was basically, for example, the handle was getting stuck. Let's talk about the handle, and I have to say that that was the first moment that I started getting disappointed with the S18. And it was hard to press, so let's put just a sticker. The pedals, they was basically touching the outside of the shell. And let's just put some stickers also in there to don't scratch it up. I don't think that is the best way to go forward with things. I think the wheels should be tested properly. In this moment, what I know is the Inmotion V13 has been tested since February of this year, 2021. And we don't know basically almost anything. I know a few things, but not a lot, because Inmotion is not really sharing their thoughts about that wheel, at least at this point. When we see now the launch of the KingSong S20 Eagle, I get even more disappointed, because we saw a launch with rendering image. So even they didn't show to us a wheel. So it means that in that specific moment, when you start being able to make your pre-order, they even didn't have one unit to test it out. And if you saw the first videos, everyone was commenting that maybe even the motor is not the 126 volts, the first videos that came out, because the wheel was not really performing well, and the shape looks like a motor on the 18XL. This makes me think, are we going to have a very good S20 Eagle? Because when we look to the specs, it seems really promising, but in the end we don't know how it's going to work. It's the first 126 volts on the market. For this same reason, I'm not so excited to see the S20 Eagle as majority of you guys. Another thing, just to point it out, and this is just my thoughts, and obviously you don't have to agree with me, but this is just my opinion. When we look to the KingSong S18, and I still have it, I still own it, and I still like it, and I think it's a very niched wheel. In the end of the video, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to stay with it for a big reason that I love, but I need to point it out those things. You continue to be able to see that that wheel have stupid approaches, in my opinion. It's an off-road wheel, and I think you guys agree with me, but that wheel continue to be sell with a standard tire. It's not an off-road tire. Definitely it's not a tire that you want to use when you go to make some off-roading. So when you go on the grass with this one, you can feel that you start losing the grip, and if you go on mud, forget it. It feels that you are in ice. Yeah, not the best decision when I think that this wheel is an off-roading wheel. So also, once again, it doesn't make any sense at all. When we look to the S20 Eagle, I'm a bit confused because it should be a more off-road wheel, but it's a 20-inch tire, so in my opinion it's already too big for off-roading. But also, if it's a wheel for commuting in the city, 20-inch tire is more difficult to curve, is much more stable. But you have an off-road tire, it's a bit confusing for me, and I feel that is happening exactly the same that happens with the S18. They've done the wrong decision. One of them is the plastics. The plastic should be much stronger. The Sherman, I don't think that it looks really nice, but it feels like a tank, and it looks like a tank, and that is the main objective. And this wheel, as an off-roading wheel, should feel like that. Not completely sure of my thoughts about the S20 Eagle, and like I said, I'm not so excited to see it, because from all of them is the one that in my opinion is more behind. So if I had to put my money in a wheel, I will not put the money in some rendering image, and now the wheel that they are still trying to figure out how to make things. When we talk about the Inmotion V13, like I said to you guys, it's been developed since February 2021. It's a wheel, and if you look to the history of Inmotion, they have an idea what they really want to do. If you look to the Inmotion V12, there is nothing on all their wheels that will be in that range. So when we look to the V13, it's a wheel that is going to be big, in my opinion. It's a wheel that is going to give you 100 volts suspension, but it's going to be more than that if they can really manage to make something that was supposed to happen with the V12. And if you don't know what I'm talking, check the video that I've done about the prototype. If you are waiting to see the V13 to decide if you want to purchase the V12, they are not going to be similar wheels. If you want a commuter, very nimble, lightweight, go to the V12. If you want something that is much heavier, bigger wheel, more like hybrid wheel, go to the V13 and wait. But if what you see on the V12 give you that reassurance and you are not sure if you should wait for the V13 is going to be a completely different wheel. It's not going to compete with the V12. They are going to be in completely different realms. So I hope that this video was helpful. Sorry if I'm not so excited about the KingSong S20 Eagle like you guys, but I think that my points are also valid, and I hope that makes you think. If you want to purchase the KingSong S20, just wait a little bit longer, even let some batches come out to decide if you should purchase that one or not. My name is Marco, this is MADpack. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, smash the thumbs up, do whatever you want, but always with a smile on your face, and I hope to see you in the next one.